But eventually, when you start to get into a little bit more technical terrain, at least like with like a hood summit or something like that, I picked up this Petzl Summit Evo that has more of a curved shaft here for better leverage when you're in the high dagger position and you're having to try and climb something that's pretty vertical. Some people are for and against the wrist slings. I generally kind of like them just because of the fact that this did end up falling out of my hand. It would still be attached to my wrist. Now, some people also say that if you did fall and it falls out of your hand, then it's attached to your wrist, but it's still flying down the mountain and could definitely impale you. So now, one thing for ski tourers and something that I recently picked up is called a whippet. And a whippet is basically a small ice axe attachment to the top of a trekking pole, so that you don't really do the classic hosier move of bringing an ice axe for a ski tour when you actually didn't really need a full-blown ice axe and extra weight. You could just get away with something that would be a little smaller, like a whippet, just in case there was a little bit of technical terrain. But for the most part, you know that there probably isn't going to be. It's just kind of an extra safety mechanism. So make sure whatever bag it is that you're going to be using for mountaineering has an ice axe attachment specifically made for it. Forgot to say that it's really great to have these pick protectors on your ice axe, especially when you are traveling with it in your backpack. So number 2 is you have your boots. Now, there's differences in boots, basically really with like the amount of stiffness in the actual boot. There's things called a 3/4 shank boot and then a full shank boot. Full shank boot is going to be much more stiff and probably can't bend the boot, whereas 3/4 is you can kind of bend the boot a little bit, but it's still very, very stiff, very much more so than a regular hiking boot.